Yes, that's the bad thing about a Cadillac. Well,
Yeah.
one of the many bad things.
Oh, yeah.
Are you alone here today?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was hoping to talk to you privately, and I guess this is as private as it gets.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew, Larry Holsey.
Nice to meet you, Larry.
Nice to meet you, too.
Saw you in the meeting about 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
All right, cool. Hey, Natalia. You made it out in the rain. What are you up to?
Lunch.
Yeah, swimming.
I need to get a container of the vanilla protein.
Yeah. And the dulce.
No, I'm just gonna do vanilla. I still have a little bit
Okay.
of the chicken.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I got it ready for you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Are you gonna have a shake too? While you're here, or what are you gonna do? You might as well. You already came out of the rain and you're here. Yeah.
And will you teach me how to put it on my account?
Yeah. Yeah. So you get the points. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you one thing. So you got an email that they sent you to renew your, because you have to renew that loyalty program. They sent you an email every 30 days. You should click on the link.
Okay.
Did you see that email? Or anything?
I did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Let's look at your spam and see what's in there.
Okay, I'll go look through. I don't have that much time.
Okay.
But yeah, let's do the vanilla protein.
So the smaller one.
Small.
How about, did you try the blueberry lemon yet?
No, I'm not a big fan.
Or you do a hot one today? Yeah, a hot one. It's like a hot coffee one.
Really?
Yeah. We'll be, when it gets colder, we'll bust them out. But you could try one now.
How do you do it? Coffee?
Just do it hot. Yeah, the coffee ones. All the coffee ones are good hot. Cafe mocha is good hot.
I really like the strawberry cheesecake.
Okay, let's do that then.
How about that? Yeah.
Cool.
Do you want me to go?
Strawberry cheesecake works. Yeah, if you order on my website directly, it'll give you those points. Or even if I bring it up for you to hear, it goes still get
Okay.
the points as long as you put your order
Do I
on my
do it?
side with me.
Do I do a new sale?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can get credit for change registry too. Add to those points. Like you just buy a student. What kind of tea do you want?
Whatever. Lemon, peach, raspberry. Raspberry?
Raspberry? How about for you? What tea? We have those 4 flavors there.
Oh, not just yet. Thank you, though.
Yeah? Oh, come on, man. We gotta like break tea together. It's like breaking bread.
Maybe in a few minutes.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, cool. I'm gonna have original myself with NRG. Are y'all busy today, Natalia?
A little bit.
You have people canceling on you?
I had one in the morning, but it's really not bad. But I didn't think I was gonna be able to get out.
Yeah.
It's not finding me. Like that. Okay, I added the shake. I don't know how to add the protein.
Oh, okay. I tried to do that on a separate screen.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do it for you on the card.
Yeah. So I have to run the card twice.
Yes. Or I can run it. I can do it all at once, actually. Do it. I'll just do it here. This is the card you want to use?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be 58.34 altogether. So you've been, has your husband been drinking shakes too?
Yes, he's been gone a lot, but
Oh, really?
yes, I think he's starting back today. I saw him get it ready.
Cool. Where's he been? Is he travel all over his work?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was in Albuquerque
Yeah.
for a few weeks. He'll be home, and then he'll go to Vegas. How awful is that?
Oh, poor thing.
He'll stay there for a whole week.
Oh, yeah?
I'm.
Poor guy.
I know, huh?
I mean, somebody's got to do it. What, do they have some kind of conference there or something?
I think it's going to the plant, the base, the military base.
Yeah.
I think he's going there.
So he'll probably find something to do.
Maybe,
there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so hard,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
There's really nothing fun going on there.
Not at all.
I don't know.
Is he a gambler? Does he like to gamble?
Oh yeah, we go
Yeah.
all the time. We're going in a few weeks, and then we'll go back, come home. We're going
Yeah.
for fun. We'll come home, and then he'll go.
Yeah.
After a few days, he'll go again for the week.
Cool.
But going for fun, you know, we have our money and whatever to celebrate, to
Yeah.
gamble. But then he goes for work, and we'll have to spend it on that.
Yeah. Yeah, Vegas is always fun. Last couple times I've been there, I haven't placed one bet though. Just didn't have time. I was in meetings and trainings
Yeah.
and parties. And
Yeah, oh yeah.
Planned
because
events.
He has his stuff all day, and then he's spending the night the casino that we normally stay. He will be spending the night there.
where do you all normally stay?
We normally stay at TI, and we get free rooms,
Oh yeah?
and I think that's he's gonna be staying there.
Y'all are high rollers.
Yeah, we gamble.
Yeah.
We like to gamble.
I don't like to gamble, but I don't mind playing, just setting a budget that's entertainment and then
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's
We have
going on.
little envelopes for every day. All right, so we're all good to go.
you're all set. You want a carrier?
Yes. Because it's raining again.
Yes, it is.
Well, if y'all need a dentist, come see us.
Okay. Who is it you work for again?
Jake Murray, right here.
Oh yeah.
92 something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right there by Reed, the insurance guy.
Yeah.
Right there.
Awesome. You want a sack for that? For the
Do you have
shake? Yeah, I do.
Just to make life easy. So we tried the dulce de leche and the cookies and cream.
Yeah.
What else do you think we will like?
Banana caramel's my favorite. No? You don't like banana? Well, you won't like that then. Orange cream is good. The mint chocolate is good, and the chocolate's good too. They're really all good. The only one I don't care for is pina colada. And Wildberry, I don't really like that. I don't like that one for myself, but
Yeah.
you know.
I probably need to try chocolate next time. I don't know. I really like the dulce de leche. Thank you so much. I have
Alright,
to run.
okay,
Thank
fine.
you.
See you later. Tell me your name again.
Matthew.
Matthew. What's up, Matthew?
Yes, sir. So I came to your meeting about 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
I was invited out by Ashton.
Yeah. Ashton Hammer or Ashton Mitchell?
Ashton Hammer. And it was when I was messaging him about, I didn't know anything about what the clubs were about at that time.
Right.
And I was asking him if he needed any help in the club, that I was
Yeah.
looking for work. And he told me, at first he thought I was talking about building the bar. So I drove out there and I told him, no,
Bar.
that's not the kind of contractor I am.
Yeah.
So he said that he could use my help working there, you know, behind the bar, making shakes, things like that. And he told me to come to this meeting first, and if I like what I see, then honestly, I did the 3-day trial, and I had good results. I liked it, and that was without even being able to make it to the gym.
Yeah, totally.
Lost 3% body fat, gained 2% muscle.
Dang, that's serious. Good job.
I mean,
it's easy, isn't it?
Yeah, so the product's good. I like the product.
Yes, it's the best.
The problem is I'm old. I mean, I'm 31.
Not as old as me.
Well, I would
41.
guess you're in your 30s.
Huh?
I would guess you're in your 30s.
Yeah, but I'm 41.
It's like, what I'm used to is a man is only as good as his word. You should never have to get everything down on pen and paper, make out a complete contract. A man is his word. And, okay, so he wanted me to come to work for him behind the bar as an independent contractor.
Right.
And make enough money, and as soon as I made enough with the other things that I'm doing too, like bills, I live alone.
Right.
Then I would get hired on as a distributor, not hired on, but I would start doing the distributor.
Yep.
Yes. So I've been doing the marketing side on my Facebook and everything, getting ready for that. And already have a few people lined up that want to try the 3-day trial, and they're looking for a better product to try.
Good.
And I've been working 7 days a week inside of the bar.
Yeah.
2 hours to 2.5 to 3 hours inside of the bar, and then leaving, and then doing invites.
Yeah.
At the park around AC, the AC park.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to get him inside of AC. So I got that lined up with the business manager over there. But he needed basically a presentation.
Yeah.
Because it's all legalities. They have a business contract, and they have to maneuver around the business contract.
Right.
And then we'd be able to not only advertise in their newspaper, but which was the main thing he was aiming for, but also being able to like have a mini this right here on AC campus inside of AC.
Yeah.
And I was so close to having that.
Yeah.
And like I could still have it.
Yeah.
But he wanted me to do it, and then just when it didn't happen that day, he lost interest. And which, oh well, I mean, but that's what I was working on.
Cool, man.
Then today I go in, and he tells me that he wants me to go out in the ring and pass out invites.
Yeah.
And he says that that's a part of our agreement, which that wasn't a part of the agreement. But he told me he wanted me to spend the 2 hours passing out invites.
Yeah.
And I told him that I've been telling him that I'm extremely short on money, that instead of finding another job, I started doing this and investing into this.
Yeah.
And told him that my gas tank is almost unempty. Which, I mean, it's still almost unempty.
Yeah.
And I've got a phone bill coming up and all this other stuff. And I told him that I can't afford to go driving around right now, especially in the rain. Your gas mileage is going to be even worse.
Yeah.
And he told me, well, if you're not willing to do whatever for your business, then I can't work with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I know you're his upline, and you're on presidency level.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to happen like that?
I don't know if it's supposed to, or, you know, putting it in a, like, what's right or wrong category, but I mean, it's like what he's said, what he's willing to work with you on, and I don't know if it's right or wrong the way it went. Do you think it's wrong? Is that what you're asking me?
I feel it's wrong because he was saying he wanted to train me behind the bar.
You probably got that down by now, I bet.
Yeah, I do. And he said he wanted to open up a 4 to 6:30 shift, and that'll be my shift.
Yeah.
And I asked him, but he's not advertising it. He's not saying anything about he's gonna have 4 to 6:30 for next week.
Right.
So how am I supposed to make any money when I actually start working back there? And then he said that I'm not taking any initiative into learning how to make the shakes. And I pointed out one of the ladies I've been working with.
Yeah.
And asked her to, have I been making the shakes and everything? And she said, I'm not in it.
Sounds like you guys have miscommunication that you need to iron out. You know? So, you know, I mean, because I wasn't there, so I wasn't there for all the communications. So, I mean, I think your best bet is to communicate with Ashton.
I tried talking to Rocky about it because they're supposed to be co-owners, and I tried talking to Ashton, and then when it was just back and forth, I told him that I just needed to leave for then.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't start arguing, and he walked off and then came back and started yelling at me.
Okay.
So then I tried talking to Rocky, and she made it sound like I was just selfish, that I'm worried about my bills and everything because she has kids.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
She's making money off the product, selling the product. She's went to the fair like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go to the fair because I'm broke. That's what broke really is. You don't get to go anywhere and do anything.
Yeah.
But basically it was just like, well, we can't afford to pay you, so...
Well, we don't pay employees.
They weren't supposed to. They weren't supposed to.
Yeah, it's just not our model. We don't pay employees. It's not our model. Our model is to work with independent health coaches so they can work behind the bar. Possibly. They may not be invited to work behind the bar. And just because you did 40 hours of training and you handed out invites doesn't mean that you're going to qualify to work behind the bar. Because what we're looking for in that 48 hours, that 40 hours of training and the activity, is we're looking to do they have what it takes to run the bar with us? And if we don't feel like they have what it takes, we're not going to invite them to work behind the bar. I don't care if they do the 40 hours and they do everything we tell them to. Some people just don't qualify.
Their thing is they're not making enough money. And they're wanting more invites passed out, but they don't want to pass it out themselves. So they switched even if they weren't technically allowed to hire me as an independent contractor, they did. And then they just wanted to switch from what they hired me from to something else and just make it out like, well, you're not wanting to do this because I don't have the physical ability to go out and do it today.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you guys had a miscommunication. Of course, I wasn't there for every interaction, so I can only tell you the way that I run things, and the way that we typically do things, but that doesn't mean...
You run it the right way.
Well, not always. I run it the best I can, just like everybody, you know? I mean, I've built the biggest business of anybody in town, so I mean, you know, but I mean, Ashton's on my team, and Daniel's on my team, and all the guys you saw at the meeting tonight, they're all on my team, so it's all a part of my, you know, part of our we want everybody to do it a similar way, but sometimes people have their own ideas of how they run things. But I don't see anything wrong with them asking you to go to invites. I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, maybe the delivery was not nice, possibly, from what you're saying, but as far as the actual asking you
Do you want to look at my gas tank?
I don't know. I don't need to look at your gas tank.
I didn't have the gas to do it.
Okay.
They didn't message me. They didn't prep me for it. They didn't give me time to take something to a pawn shop if I needed to fill up my tank of gas. It was just walk right in the door and tell me, well, they need me to do this.
Yeah.
And when I told them that I didn't have the ability to right now, it was negative, completely negative and abusive language, everything.
Yeah. Well,
one question
that doesn't sound like Ashton, but you know, it just doesn't sound like him. You know. So I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it doesn't sound like him. So I mean, do you think he might be? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. If that's actually what happened, it was abusive. I mean,
he just got back from a trip to Colorado, and maybe he didn't have a good truck.
Maybe he didn't have what?
Maybe he didn't have a good truck.
I don't know. I have no idea. Who knows? Who knows what goes on in people's lives? You know, whenever they do things to rub us wrong. You know.
All right. Well, I'm studying in Amarillo College. I know that there's proper ways to do things.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, I don't know too much about y'all's business yet, but I'm sure the first proper thing to do to resolve a problem is to go to the higher ups.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you would be considered a higher up because you're an upline.
Yeah.
But by some of the ways that he's talked about you before, about how they answer to you in some ways, I believe it's like that to where if somebody is doing the wrong thing, then you're the upline.
Yeah.
Am I right in that thinking?
You're right in I am the upline. Yes. And I am at the end of the day, everybody's independent. So I have the ability to influence things, but I'm not their employer, so I can't fire them. I don't have that kind of, that's the great thing about Herbalife, you can't get fired. So, you can not be invited to work in a nutrition club, but you can't be fired from your business. So, I think my view of the best thing to do first is always go to the person that you have an issue with. If you have an issue with somebody, go to them first. Talk to them. If you can't resolve it, then go to them with more than one person. Bring somebody with you and talk to them. Somebody that can kind of help you resolve it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you need another voice or another.
Well, that's what I was thinking as the upline you could actually do.
Yeah. Well, let's see if he's.
Because what he's doing is completely not right in more ways than just ethical.
Yeah.
And I like the product.
Yeah.
The day I came in here, my ex was texting me telling me that I was getting too fat.
Oh, yeah.
That I was getting too fat, and that's one reason he doesn't, like to be around me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's completely wrong, but he saw me yesterday and told me I was looking better.
Yeah.
And I drink the shakes in the club. I drank the 3-day trial. I do it. I buy the shakes in his club.
Mm-hmm.
If it's working, it's working.
Yeah.
If it's making him change what he says, when just 2 weeks ago he was telling me I was too fat.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to just down the entire product because one person does something that is completely wrong.
Yeah.
Possibly even illegal, because if it's a good product, I can sell it.
Yeah.
If it's a product that works, I can sell it.
Yeah. Have you got any customers yet?
I haven't been able to. I'm not a distributor yet.
Oh, okay. All right. So, well, why don't we get Ashton on the phone? Let's see what the deal is.
Okay.
Yeah. That seems like the best option for me. We'll put him on Zoom, actually.
Zoom?
Yeah, Zoom is a video conferencing thing that we use.
Oh.
So we can see each other eyeball to eyeball. Are you from Amarillo?
I've lived here the last 2 years.
Oh yeah. Where did you come here from?
St. Louis.
Really? St. Louis. You grew up in St. Louis?
No, I grew up in Arkansas. I moved to St. Louis to help my mom.
Yeah.
Then she moved to Shreveport, and I took a vacation to California. Then on the way back from California, I met somebody here, started a long-distance relationship, and eventually moved here.
Okay.
And I guess my second question would be if, when I came in here the very first day, he had me sign a form when I got the first shake.
Yeah.
And he had me list him as coach.
Yeah.
Does that mean that I can't work with anyone else, like them be my upline?
Not legally, necessarily. But we would prefer that, just since he's the one that brought you in. But you're not legally bound to work with them.
Yeah, but he's also the one kicking me out because I can't afford to go driving.
Yeah. Well,
I like the product, but I don't like his way of thinking.
Yeah. Man, Ashton's great, dude. I love Ashton. He's a freaking rock star. You would be really, he's a go-getter, and he may be coming across a little strong with you, but he's a go-getter, and you'd really benefit from working with him. Because people have told me that about me too, that I've come across too strong. I've had my day where I've pissed people off because I'm too, just too aggressive sometimes. But I think that can really benefit you. Because
I feel that if I do this,
I
feel that if I do this though, whoever I'm under is going to benefit.
Yeah,
and I've tried. I saw the model that you did. So I know if I do great, they're going to do great.
Yeah.
But
nobody will make more on it than you. Nobody will make more on your business than you.
Yes.
So, all right, I just texted him, so we'll see if he's available, then we'll jump on. Yeah, I think you would benefit from working with him. I think he's a great guy. and I think he's growing a rocket business because he's just getting after it. He's like a house on fire, you know. So that would be good for you because it's, you know, just when you're working with someone who's really moving and shaking, it's good for you because it keeps the energy up and you just really rock, you know.
Before I went out and passed out all the invites, they were extremely slow.
Yeah.
And when I went in today, they had over $100 worth of sales.
Yeah, nice.
And he can't make it sound like I haven't been doing anything.
Yeah.
But basically that's what it's being came across as.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing it 7 days a week.
Yeah. And you've had fun until today, right?
Yes, till today.
Okay. Well, you know, sometimes people just have a bad day or have a bad communication. You know, you gotta just let it go. I think you could just give some grace. You know, that well, maybe he's just fired up. Maybe he's just feeling a little intense today. You know, and then you can communicate about it, like we're gonna do. You can talk and say, okay, hey, this, you know, it's kind of rubbed me wrong. You know, the way you came across to me was very whatever, and it, you know, I didn't like it. So, and then he can say, oh, sorry about that, and then you can just squash it and move on.
Is there any way to do this completely solo?
No. I mean, you can work. You have to sign up under somebody. You have to be signed up, and then you can just do it solo. I mean, you can just do it on your own, but Lone Rangers usually don't go very far with this because it's a people business, you know. So you're gonna have to work with your people. So it's if you can't learn to work with the people that got you started, it's kind of hard to learn to work with other people.
But I know how to treat people right. Yeah. I still believe in that philosophy that you treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, I do too.
And that's not what's been going on.
Have you ever mistreated somebody when you had a bad day?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I apologized for it.
Okay. Well, that may happen. You know? Like, you may get an apology, so that'll be great if you do. But, you know, if you mistreated somebody in an interaction, which we've all done, you know, a bunch of times, I have, you know, then I want them to give me grace. You know what I mean? I want that person to give me some leeway to have screwed up, you know? And so I try to give people grace also because, you know, I want them to give that to me.
I think he may have texted back.
Let's see here. We'll have to jump on my Zoom. You caught it on a rainy day where we could actually talk. This girl can sing.
Adele?
Yeah. Her voice is just gorgeous.
I like her.
Yeah, she's freaking awesome. Awesome. Alright, cool. So you like Amarillo?
Not really.
No?
I'd probably like it more if I was from here, but it's kind of an antisocial town to where everybody just stays in their own cliques.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a big, small town, you know. I'm not from here either. So, I've noticed that. It's, you know, it's like the town that I grew up in, Abilene. You know, it's just kind of a small town where people so many people have been here so long that they just have their little networks that they're, you know, involved in.
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on with you?
Oh, nothing much. Just chilling.
there. I've got Matthews here, so I'll just turn it over here so you can see both of us. So, alright, cool. So, anyway, so Matthew came over and he was just, sharing with me y'all had some kind of disagreement, and I just wanted to get you on the line so that, so that the three of us could talk, I don't like, anyway, there's just the best way to do things for us all to be together and just kind of iron it out, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
do you want me to talk about what all happened, or?
Yeah, I mean, you could say what happened, or he could tell you what he's upset about, or if you already know what he's upset about, then.
Well, let me shoot from my side of everything.
Okay.
So the other day he came into or messaged me on Facebook, and I got into the meeting last Thursday before last.
Yep.
He was very intrigued by the business opportunity, so I wanted him to be a part of that. But he is, a little financially unstable right now, so I paid to put him on a 3-day trial pack so he could get some results. And I also agreed to pay him some money every day so he could get invites out and come learn the club and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then until he was ready to get his own distributorship, which I asked that he got this coming Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It was the agreement. And then I was going to give him, if he was comfortable with everything, learning everything in the club, I was going to give him a 4 to 6:30 shift here in the club. Of course, we were still working. Hold on just a second. Okay. We were still working on that. But when I asked today if you wanted to go hand out invites at the mall or wherever, he wasn't comfortable with that. And so I basically just laid it out, when you're building a business or something in this organization, you need to try and step outside of the box and, build your organization. I mean, that's pretty much, it kind of fell into an argument about he said, she said, and who did what and who didn't do, and so I just kind of put it into it and said, if this is not what you want, then just please leave. It didn't need to be an argument in the club.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about it.
Okay. Does that sound about right?
Partially.
Yeah?
First, towards the end of it, I said that we weren't agreeing and we were just clashing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying that maybe I should leave before we start arguing. And then he walked off, and then when he came back, he started yelling at me.
Okay.
That's one discretionary. The second is when we agreed on the working inside of there, the agreement was that first he was saying that I would get paid $1 per shake. And I told him, but with the business being as slow as it is, especially with me being on a whole new shift, I'm not going to make any money whatsoever doing that. And I'm not selling the product yet. Once I get my distributorship,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually start selling the product and I have some income coming in, because I know I can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Then that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right then, that's not gonna help. It's gonna hurt me. And he told me, well, your hours are gonna be this, this, and this, and I'll pay you $20 per day.
Mm-hmm.
Then 3 days into it, 4 days into it, he starts asking me, along with everybody, if we can help passing out invites.
Mm-hmm.
He's asking that to everyone. And I'm volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm volunteering, doing it on my own, and calling them, letting them know I got permission at Walmart to pass these out at the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Now, given an hour later, one of the managers came out and said that I couldn't do it, but I got permission from a lower level manager.
Mm-hmm.
I've been showing my own initiative based on what he was asking everyone to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then today I go in and I heard from Roxanne that they can't afford to pay me $20 a day. And that's what all this is about, that they couldn't afford to pay me. But instead of just saying, Matt, we can't afford to pay you this on a product that I like, that I want to be a part of,
Mm-hmm.
he comes at me with all of this instead. Instead of just saying, we can't afford to pay you, but how can we still do this?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always still some way to do something. And if there's not, then you can just walk away on nice terms. I got the messages from Roxanne. She said that's what it's about. And I understand that. If you're not making enough money, to pay $20 a day, that's understandable. But at the same time, I have been working a lot on my own.
So from the beginning, this was laid out that $20 was paid to you to build that up and pay for your distributorship, because I do want this business so bad for you, but I feel like you don't want it yourself, because people go out and do invites on a daily basis because they're trying to build their business and they're trying to build the traffic in the club, which in return builds your business. And
I've been doing that.
Get paid for the job type of thing. I mean, it was laid out very simple to you that this is build your own business.
And I've been doing that. I've been doing that on my own time.
To pay you $20 a day, but I don't want you getting used to that we're paying you $20 a day, because then you're going to expect that in the long run.
No, because that wasn't the agreement.
This is about building your own
Ashton.
Am I right or am I not right there?
You're right for the most part, because yes, that was the original agreement. The original agreement wasn't gonna be, I'm gonna be paid $20 a day forever. The original agreement was until I get distributor, which was gonna happen on Friday, and it's not even Friday yet. Even if I had to take crap to the...
The argument all started because you couldn't go pass out invites today because you were uncomfortable.
I have anxiety problems. I can't go to the mall by myself, or anxiety severely bothers me. That's a problem I've always had. I can pull it from so many different guys that I've known in the past here in Amarillo. That was a legitimate thing, and I can go anywhere with anybody, and I just focus on them, and hell, nobody can even know that I have anxiety. Most people can never tell that. But I mean, I got a letter from a doctor's note for whatever place I was going to work at, but I never bothered giving it to you, because it's like, you know, why should this even be an issue?
No one ever said anything about not paying you for today or anything. All I asked you today is if you wanted to go pass out invites, and then it all went down over there.
I tried to explain,
I really don't know what to say.
because I tried to explain what the problem was.
That's literally how it all started.
I tried.
The reason why I raised my voice is because you kept getting louder and louder and louder with Christina. So I had to step in and get you to go.
No, I wasn't. I was simply talking to her.
Sorry, she's
All right. Look, my gas tank, Ashton.
All right.
Ashton, my gas tank is on empty.
There's nothing at all that's, that we're not upset at you.
How does it not matter about circumstantial stuff?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I think that's just let it go, and just let it go. I mean, either it's like they were helping you out by, like, if you didn't have the money to sign up, I probably would have just sent you to come back when you had the money. You know what I mean? So I think they were doing you a favor by helping you out to help you earn the money to be able to buy your kit. So I would be thankful that they were going to help me out, because if it was
I was
me,
working for next to nothing on their promise.
no, you were working toward getting your
4 or
business
5
package.
hours a day for $20, $10 on Sunday.
Listen, man, this is building a business. This is not working an hourly wage job. So I mean, we're not. That's
I
just
know,
not
and
how
in
we roll.
contract labor, people are supposed to honor the contract, and he didn't.
So
There is no contract.
It's called I.
so
That's
he
nowhere
didn't
in the
hon-
contract.
He didn't honor.
That was nowhere in the agreement. The agreement was that I was going to be working there in the bar for $20 a day until I made distributor. And I put off other jobs that I could be working right now and not be in worse financial trouble on his promise. And if a promise doesn't mean anything, then...
Well, I don't see what I just don't. I'm not following you. I'm not following what that they didn't honor.
He hired me as an independent contractor.
Okay, and what did he not honor?
I was supposed to work there.
Okay,
I got it plugged in, sorry.
I was supposed to work there until Friday,
okay.
inside of the bar.
Okay,
And
well,
the passing out the invites
misunderstood,
thing.
because the passing out the invites is a part
That
of
that
working.
that just came up, and possibly because I've been passing out invites and it's increasing his business, and he wants to keep increasing it.
Yeah, he does want to keep increasing it. I'm sure he does.
But to give me a hard time and then tell me to kick rocks because I can't do it today?
Well,
I've been helping him.
yeah, I don't know.
That was not right what he just did.
Okay, well, I think you're just being a little oversensitive. And I think maybe he said something too loud or whatever, but I mean, we're all men here, we're grown men, and we can just, say, let it go, and then, let's go build some business, let's go make some money, let's go change some lives. This is just petty. That's my view, is this is wasting my time. This 30 minutes of dealing with he said, she said, it's wasting my time. So I'm giving it, but I'm thinking, why am I dealing with this? Because this is so petty. This is like grade school stuff.
If you have stable finances.
No, if you had a bigger mindset, you would have stable finances. You're worried about this petty baloney when you could be worried about much bigger things. So we just need to, this is just petty. I mean, that's the way I see it. But so let's start worrying about bigger problems, like instead of, this is just really small. This is a small thing. You're just making it a big thing. That's what I think. So.
Okay, well, fact is I don't need to have to keep working there to survive.
Okay, great.
I can sell the product and
you can
do it on my own.
Yeah, you can just sign up and you can do it on your own, and we'll help you.
But if he's not going to honor his promise, I don't want to be stuck under Ashton.
I don't know what he promised that he didn't honor. It doesn't sound to me like he dishonored or it doesn't sound like to me like he made any promise that he's not honoring. He let you work there for $20 a day. He was going to put that towards your business package. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's the deal. So if you worked there enough to get your business package, then let's get his business package and go to work. But then let's not worry about this little petty stuff, because this is, it just doesn't, it's not doing anybody any good. It's sucking the life out of me right now. And you too, and him. Like you didn't have gas, but you drove all the way from Washington to come see me. You drove farther than you would have driven to go to Invites to come talk to me about this.
Because I thought this would be a resolution.
Well, good, then let's resolve it. That's what we're doing.
Right now, I have.
I don't care.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
Then it doesn't matter if you don't care.
I don't. I care.
If people working inside this business don't care, then
okay.
Then that's not good.
Okay.
And he's breaking Federal Trade Commission laws. He's breaking Herbalife policies. You're
No.
vouching for him in it, and when it's hurting me financially.
Nothing's hurting you financially.
Yes. No, when it's hurting me financially, you told me you don't care.
Okay, great. See you later.
And I recorded the entire conversation.
That's great. No problem.